Magnates Media is famous for their eye-catching and unique thumbnail designs. If you ever wondered how to create such effective designs, you're in the right place. I'll guide you step by step through the process of designing thumbnails in their style using Photoshop. Let's get started.
First, we open Photoshop and we bring our subject here. Then we hit W to bring the object selection tool. We click here, cloud detail results, and we hit select subject to remove its background. After that, we hit mask and we convert the layer to smart object. We copy it and we place it to our camera. Next, we're going to click filter, camera raw filter, and we make some adjustments. I always try to open up the exposure, maybe a little bit of contrast, open up the shadows to get more details, reducing the highlights, open up the whites a little bit, and also the blacks. Next, we don't need no color for this, so I'll reduce the vibrance also as the saturation. For the effect, I'll increase the texture, maybe a bit of clarity, a bit of dehaze, and we go straightly to sharpening also. Yeah, that looks cool. And a little bit of noise reduction. And that's it. After, we're gonna bring our background. So just wrote on free pick, old city view or retro city. We're gonna make it black and white by clicking on the black and white adjustment layer like this. And then we select gradient and we're gonna choose a red color gradient, something like this, and a darker red, something like this. For the gradient panel here, we click basics. We will see our gradient here that we just made. We click in the middle and we hold. Look at this beautiful gradient like this. Yes, and we try to play with the blending mode that will fit. I think multiply will do the job for this one. Yeah, I guess so. After that, we're gonna darken the background by reducing the highlights like this. Yes, and maybe the shadows also. Also, I want to add a solid color, a black solid color, to make it even darker, and we reduce the opacity to 20. Something like that will work. Also, I'm gonna add a light behind the subject. So I'm selecting a soft round brush and I will pick a color from the background, as you can see, and I will change the blending mode to linear dodge, and then I click once, maybe two, maybe three. Yeah. So this is good so far. Next, I'm gonna choose the backgrounds layer and go to filter, blur, and Gaussian blur. Or something, yeah, I guess 4 is a pretty cool number here. Next is to bring our 3D models of dollars bills here. Yes, we're gonna copy it and we'll put it in front of our subject. Always convert the layers to smart objects so you can have the freedom to scale it up or scale it down without losing its quality. So yeah, I'm gonna place this first layer maybe here, make it a little bit smaller. Yes, something like this. I'm gonna duplicate it by holding Alt and dragging here. We invert it and maybe make it a bit bigger and place it right here. And here is the result after placing all the money layers into the scene. So first, to make that glowy effect, we're gonna select the layer of the cache and we duplicate it. To that, we go to filter, blur, and Gaussian blur, and we choose a radius of 10 and we hit OK. We reduce its opacity to maybe 25, maybe 35. Yeah, that's cool. And we duplicate the layer again. After that, we click Gaussian blur again, but this time we're gonna choose a radius of 50. And we duplicate the layer, and this is the last duplicate, I swear. And we hit the Gaussian blur, and this time a radius of 100. We group all the layers into one group. And we choose color balance adjustment layer. So we're gonna give it that greenish look, something like this, into the mid-tones. Maybe a little bit of green in the shadows and in the highlights. Yeah. If the money cache is too bright, all you can do is go to the first layer that has no Gaussian blur and play with the curve. Don't forget to clip it, and you can play with the curve. You can see mine is too dark, I guess, so I'll open the shadows, something like this, and we will replicate the same steps into all the money layers. So stick around. Here is the result after applying all the effect to all the money layers. We create a new layer like this, and we choose a soft round brush, the black color, to give the design more depth. So we're gonna paint dark color here. Next, to make the design more realistic, I'm gonna paint the shadows here on the subject by simply go to exposure, clip the mask, and reduce the exposure and raise the gamma correction, something like this. We hit Ctrl I to invert the mask. We choose again a soft round brush, maybe 20% of flow. We can also play with the opacity here, so we reduce it accordingly. And that's it. Next, we want to add some blood to the thumbnail. So by simply create a new layer, and in the brush section, we write splatter. So I'll go with this one. We clip the layer into one of the groups. So this is the group that I'm targeting right now. And we choose a red color. And we paint our blood. And last thing, we're gonna put a text. So choose a font, maybe this vintage one. Yes, we choose a white color. Make the text bigger. And I'm gonna write tutorial. Tutorial. Like this. And to spice things up, we're gonna create a new layer and hold Ctrl Alt Shift E to merge all the layers into one layer, and we convert the layer to smart objects. Now we go to filter, camera raw filter, and let's make some adjustments.
And voila, here is the final result. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what tutorial you'd like to see next. See you in the next one.